is no way that he could go on record and read the number that does not belong to him.
But
yes.
But in any event, Mjiyako was sitting in that room with Mzansi as his representative, knowing that he's not a practicing lawyer. There's the gist of the matter.
Yes, that is not. So the issue is, because your question around this series is that who appointed Mjiyako?
Who appointed Mjiyako? And that is where I was driving you to. Who appointed Mjiyako?
So you see, because we sit around a lot of information, we hear stuff on the passage, we also try to put sequence of events as when they were happening during the time. I had once told you there's a report. It's an open report I shared with you. I'm not sure that you have it. It's a legal piece that was done by Verksman's attorney. Yes. With the request, suspect, believe it or not, of Advocate George Baloyi, who's a prosecutor in Mzansi's case. That report, I think it gets to be done about 2017 or so. But then now that report was questioning something else. It was questioning the story about Zimbabwe rendition, but the story is, I've spoken about it, but it's the case that where particular Zimbabwean police officer ended up being shot here in South Africa while they were busy with the operation. But then now, because of that, South Africa IPID needed to do investigation, which then involved Dramat General S as well as Mr. Cowboy Lawrence. So, and the prosecutor on that case was Advocate George Baloyi. Yes. Now, we then know that Mjiyako got into the picture of Mzansi's things because he was called. But when you try to see who Mjiyako was, I've actually said before in this script that Mjiyako, he was working for crime intelligence. He worked closely with former head General Mdluli, which then now, then because there was a case that the crime intelligence was investigating, which were particularly a lot of cases, but amongst them is this investigation of illicit tobacco crimes. There was also Ronovan Krecher case. There was also a case Paul O'Sullivan that he had against the state. Now that, this is what is strange, is that because Mjiyako is in that office, he then now gets to learn about a few things. That one, he was very smart, he understood how the crime intelligence works. Now, when the brigadier within the Ekuru lane, they were busy investigating the case of Krecher. Because Krecher was deemed as a very connected person with people. So Paul O'Sullivan had a lot of information from other international intelligence about it. Then a person who was lead investigator in the Ronovan Krecher matter was Brigadier Klimba, basically, who happened to be Gininda's commander. I would think so, because Gininda was under him at the time. Yes. But then also there was a gentleman which was also known as Bongani Yende, basically. That is why that the link around it is that Bongani Yende was also from crime intelligence. But they also used to do, when the president is going to travel, before they call advanced team, basically, that will go to and scout the area and everything like that. They also close with what is deemed, basically, I wouldn't say much about it, but it's a safe house, basically. Yes. Now, once you understand that, the guy is from around KZN and Nkandla side. Mjiyako is also a youngster from your Fryhead and everything like that. So it would have been easier for them to actually become colleagues or also click, basically, when they work within this thing. So it's documented. It becomes clear. I know these things, Pet, because I worked at the airport. I was responsible for a lot of investigation. So whenever the police had to come and do investigation, they need to give me an insight about things. Now, when I'm starting to add up these things, I'm like saying, this part is not true, because I will know for a fact that Bongani Yende knew they were close with Mjiyako. So therefore, if Yende also was called when Tanzania and them were being arrested, because I'm not sure, you see, when it comes to the two type of the person who has, is it braces or is it crisp belt?
You know why I'm laughing? Because the moment you call that name, Bongani Yende, a light just flickered into, because I got information that yes, Bongani Yende might actually be the link here. Who
Okay.
orchestrated Mjiyako, who called Mjiyako to come and represent Ntanzi.
Wow.
Yes.
You know what? That wow hit very, very differently. And you know what? It is 2025. April starts tomorrow. The SENZO MEYIWA trial returns. Okay, we will be inside Pagati, the Pretoria High Court, with my lord, Judge Rata, the 5 accused, the defense team, and of course the state, represented by Advocate George Baloyi and Professor, or is it Doctor? No, it's Doctor Sibanda. But you know what? Why I bring this all up? I think we haven't seen them in a while as a collective, as a group. And on the witness stand, how could I forget to reintroduce the well-decorated witness, Brigadier Bongani Nicholas Ginenda. Those of you who know, I have been following the Jocelyn Smith case, and we get to see the lead investigator face to face. Okay, we get to see him blink. We get to see him answer questions, and I keep sitting there and wondering to myself, what is it about the SENZO MEYIWA trial that we cannot see these witnesses? But you know what? I digress. This video is about Mjiyako, Advocate Mjiyako, to be quite precise. Or is he an advocate? So we saw a mastermind, the real. How could I say that? We saw the real. The real mastermind, Patricia Morgan Mashale. You see, in 2025, the problem is once you have an internet connection and you have a Wi-Fi connection. What am I saying? Internet and Wi-Fi is the one thing. Once you have an internet connection and then you pair that with the cell phone and then you open a YouTube channel and then now you're starting to earn in USD. Now let me tell you the power of the internet. Patricia Mashale was doing, I guess, a one-on-one sit-down, in quotation, virtual sit-down with Mjabs of Gaza Nation. And I think he has been on Noni's channel, or when Noni leaves her live and she says, meet you at 6 o'clock, I think this is the Gaza Nation. I never knew where to go, but I think this is the guy. This is the guy. He sounds like a mastermind. But you know what? I keep digressing. Let me get inside Pagati, the Mjiyako situationship. Did you guys watch the full video? Go ahead to the Real Masterminds channel and watch the full video, because Mr. Jabs literally sits there and he types Mjiyako Dominic Dozo. Okay? And he types his name in the system, and the system says, who's that? Don't know him. He types again, and the system says, that. I don't know why you're giving me that FFC number, because that number belongs to this person. Okay. And then he types and types again, and then, no, he doesn't belong to any law firm. Huh? And then it's Guningi. Okay, it's a Guningi. It is incredible. And I said, you know what? This is Beyonce's internet. Let's also type as well. Let's type and simulate this activity. My jaw on the floor. So then you go back to the decorated brigadier on the witness stand, lead investigator. The same lead investigator when the late Advocate Tulani Joshua Ngomezulu, before he passed away, he made some interesting revelations, and he dropped the mic, and you know, we were expecting him to come back and give us those details when he mentioned the 2 doctors. When he mentioned that Longwe Twala is the one who shot the late SENZO MEYIWA, and then he shot himself in the foot and he had a bullet wound, and then it was removed, and my witness will come and say all this. The decorated brigadier, I imagine, got in his car, turned on those sirens, went to Rand Hospital to search for this information, because no way Ngomezulu is going to have more information than me, the lead investigator. and he could not find. He could not find. Could not find the doctor. Couldn't find his practice number. Couldn't find the death certificate. It was wait. Who asked you, Ungenapi, to go and do all that? Ngomezulu said he was going to present it. Okay. But the lead investigator had to know. He had to know. I bring that scenario up to say a man on the internet who goes by the name Gaza Nation is able to show us, members of the public jury, that Mjiyako's number is not numbering. But over there, Gininda and the brigadier are reading a letter into the record saying Mjiyako this and that, but they just can't tell us about that number. I mean, Mr. Gaza Nation did all this on Beyonce's internet within, I would say, 3 minutes. But it has been since December that it was asked for those numbers to be verified. And you know how when Advocate Mnisi asked for the warrant statement, the warning statements, and then the next day he changed his mind and was no longer interested in them, according to Brigadier Gininda's account of events. And Gininda returned with 7 different copies of whatever stations that are using. Do you guys remember? Are you guys enjoying this recap? Because we'll be inside Pagati next week and I'm just so excited. Woo! Wow. Do you remember how fast he did that? Why are we not experiencing that same speed when it comes to Mjiyako? But I'm going to leave you with all those questions, okay? Thank you so much for watching. You already know the house rules. Like, comment, subscribe. If you're watching from outside the club, don't do it, okay? Don't do it. April starts tomorrow. You don't want to miss, because April is going to be very, very heated. You want to be inside Pagati, part of the family. To you who's watching from inside, within Pagati, thank you so much for subscribing. Thanks for watching all the ads. To my channel members, oh, you guys did the big thing. Thank you for funding the channel. Thank you for the opportunities that I have received. Oh, I have such a testimony to give. Channel members, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think I'll do a separate video on it and talk about it. Oh, but yeah, it's been such an experience working with YouTube. I could scream, but you know what, let me end this video right here. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you on my next upload. Bye. I'm Mzansi Unfiltered, checking out. Catch you on my next upload.
It's my lot, I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
As the court places, my lot, I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
If the grooves don't fit, acquit the 5 accused. Mnisi has done a fantastic job proving there was no match.